Okay, everybody, as you're working on your essay, I wanted to review something about the sentence parts. And knowing this is going to help you when you revise your essays. So, what do these sentences have in common? Want to help the environment, sustainability very important, because it helps the company and the planet, before they take advantage of new ideas, and while the competition was taking place. I hope that you notice that none of these are actually sentences. In your essay, Alyssa and I will mark these as fragments, or we'll just write frag. So let's take a little closer look at what these fragments really are. What's wrong with these sentences? Okay, so for social networking sites used by people of all ages, if you said it's missing a verb, this is not a phrase, or this is a phrase, it's not a sentence, you're correct. And for however, must not forget the etiquette of social networking, that one is missing a subject. There's no subject. So this is also a phrase, it's not a sentence. And then want to help the environment, no subject. Who wants to help the environment? We don't know. So this is just a phrase. Sustainability, very important. That one is missing a verb. So it's just a phrase. This is not a sentence. So we will mark frag if you have anything like this on your essay. What's wrong with these sentences? Because it helps the company and the planet before they take advantage of new business ideas and while the competition was taking place. Because it helps the company and the planet, that's a dependent clause because it's starting with because. So we might also call that a subordinate clause. Before they take advantage of new business ideas, also a dependent clause. And while the competition was taking place, again, a dependent clause. So, what's the difference between an independent and a dependent clause? An independent clause would look like this. An extreme sport usually seems very dangerous. It includes a subject and it includes a predicate. So, independent clauses, they're strong. They can stand alone. They can stand all by themselves. But dependent clauses are different because these sports usually seem very dangerous. So again, we have a subject and we have a predicate, but we have a subordinating conjunction, like because, and that is signaling that it's a dependent clause. So dependent clauses are different. They depend on someone else. They cannot stand alone. So how can you correct these types of fragment errors when you have incomplete sentences, sentences that are missing, they're missing a subject or a verb? If it's a phrase, you can add a subject or a verb. The class useful for the students. How would you fix that? Yeah, the class is useful for the students. Or the class was useful for the students. Or the class has been useful for the students. Any of those would be good options. Downloaded some songs from the internet. How would you fix that? She downloaded some songs from the internet. Using videos and lectures. She is using videos and lectures, or using videos and lectures is effective. We're going to talk a little bit more about this this coming week in grammar when we talk more about using gerunds and infinitives. So when you have dependent clauses, you need to make an independent clause or connect to an independent clause. So when he started working as a veterinarian. One way to fix that is to say he started working as a veterinarian. Another way to fix it, sorry, that's using it as just an independent clause, so you get rid of when. Another way to fix it is to keep the dependent clause, but then add an independent clause to it. When he started working as a veterinarian, he was surprised by the number of exotic pets people brought to him. So let's try this again. Because she had allergies to cats and dogs. One way you could fix it, she had allergies to cats and dogs. Just making an independent clause. Another thing you could do is say, one owner kept pet lizards because she had allergies to cats and dogs. So you can put the independent clause first and then put the dependent clause. Notice that there's no comma when the dependent clause comes second.